So earlier today, I woke up and I thought to myself, how can I make this day a bit better? And I thought, you know what? Why not talk to my friend Hansi over here about how to be a metal vocalist? Hansi, thank you so much for spending time with us. Thank you.
Why not?
So we came here to Montreal today to learn how to be a metal vocalist.
Okay.
So how can we sound more like you? I'm interested in learning how I can sound like a better vocalist, more like you. Do I need to change my diet? Do I need to change what kind of beer I'm drinking during the day?
No, all you have to do is this.
This?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Upper arm.
Upper?
Yeah. That's like the magic ball.
The magic ball?
That's
a key.
It's all it needs. You know, this, I just learned that recently.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. I'm still rehearsing. You know, I would not do that on stage, but if you can do that, it's good too.
So wake up in the morning, practice doing this thing, and then the ball.
Bad thing to do, never ever cut your hair.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I was good before.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're still pretty good now, right? You're still drinking beer and stuff?
The beer drinking doesn't work anymore. You know,
No?
we have strict policy in the band. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They want to bring me down. You know, so I sometimes am allowed to drink in the bus, but that's it. Other than that, yeah,
that's a shame.
But my wife appreciates it at home.
I imagine she does.
I became a better husband.
So good husband, good vocalist, got everything on a good resume, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
it only took 50 years. So you have some time.
I got a bit of time, I think. Yeah. So I was wondering, how could I get some tips to get my voice higher? Like, what do you eat? What do you usually eat for like say second breakfast during the day?
Yeah, I'm a hobbit, so there is a second breakfast.
Yeah. Fruits. Yeah.
Eating wise, I don't eat before a show. I have had some lunch because we're not used to play so early. So I got some whatever Chinese. No, it was Thai curry I have had.
They have that in the Shire?
In the Shire, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they have everything.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm too tall nowadays. They got me out. So.
They kicked you out because you're too tall?
I mean, the belly's okay. And the belly helps. You know?
Yeah?
I think so too, yeah. Belly, if you're fat, and I've been fat, so again, in the past I was better. But nowadays, I got skinny, my wife like that. But, you know, my qualities in singing high, they became less.
Okay.
But still, the belly helps a little bit. And there is enough baby belly or beer belly left, you know, to get some of the high notes.
So it's a source of power then?
It is the ultimate source of power, yeah. That's the magical trick, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, and, you know, you really have to go to your spine, you know.
All the way back?
All the way back. If you can do that. Then,
interesting.
Yeah, there is one more trick, but I don't tell that, you know. They did that in medieval days. You know, I'm not used to that anymore.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you know the bollock thing.
The which?
You don't call them bollocks? You do, right?
Yes.
Balls, whatever. They cut them off.
Oh.
Yeah, that helps.
Ouch.
You know, some of the metal vocalists nowadays, I'm still not sure.
There's got to be a way to figure it out, maybe.
No. Unless they let you, and I don't want to be there.
I don't think anyone wants to be that guy.
Not really.
So we were wondering, Blind Guardian hasn't been to Canada in a long time. What was it that made you guys come back recently? Because you guys came to Toronto earlier last year. Was it the poutine? Was it the women that made you want to come back to Canada again, or?
Yeah, the whole thing in Europe is too critical. It's the 24 hours, you know. When we get back, we bring back all the positive vibes, you know. All the problems, they will be clarified by us, you know. But we learn. We're here to learn. Yeah.
Excellent.
You know, how to live.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Canada brings positive vibes to people.
You do.
Awesome. I hear a lot of people, this is just from fans, this is from other people, that Canadians have an accent. Do you think Canadians have an accent?
You're from the States, right?
No, I'm from Canada.
Then you don't have an accent. Well, you're a bad Canadian. Think about it.
I'm not eating enough poutine. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, we call it turkey.
Turkey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If there was a Canadian accent, what do you think it would sound like?
French.
French, yeah.
Of course.
Well, sounds about right. So there's a lot of up-and-coming bands coming out in the metal scene these days.
Yeah.
Are there any ones in particular that have caught your attention over the years?
Yeah?
Yeah. Are there any bands in particular, just maybe smaller bands out of Germany or bands out of North America? And
Powerwolf obviously became quite popular in Europe. I don't know where they are had here. I'm not even sure if you can call them new band. Sabaton, of course, Swedish band. They have made the buzz in Europe and have become quite big.
And just a final question to wrap everything up. If you could identify yourself with any character in The Lord of the Rings, who would it be and why?
One of these questions. That's a tricky one. Well, I like Fangorn, that's for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know, I like to be stable. And I like slow thinking. I like clever thinking. I like loyalty. I like trees.
Those are all really good traits to have too.
Yeah, just, you know, honestly, there was a radio show. There's a guy, they call him the Tree Whisperer, you know, something like this, a German guy, and there seems to be a lot of science, you know, how trees work, and they have a social society like the ants, and I was really amazed. He was, you know, telling some stories like they, you know, they protect their territory and they protect, you know, their tribe of trees. If one is sick, the other one supply him with food, and if there is an enemy coming, you know, like, you know, a giraffe or so eating something, they inform the other trees. I found that very attractive, and all that is, you know, somehow related to the ants and to Fangorn. So I love that idea. But the great story, he told a lot of great stories. The best one in there was, you know, if an enemy occurs and they see it, the tree somehow, or one tree is attacked and then informs the other one, they first inform their tribe, and then they try to inform other tribes of trees which are in their neighborhood. Okay. And they can't do that via their roots, how they usually communicate. What they do is they instruct mushrooms, honestly, to give the information further. And I mean, that's science. I mean, he was not bullshitting us.
Oh, yeah.
And at the very end, they have to pay the mushrooms. They get all the sugar. I like that.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it is a great story.
Yeah.
And, I was, you know, that guy was, you know, telling stories for 30 minutes, and I was amazed. I'm going to buy the book. Of course, it is a bestseller in Europe, and he's a ranger. You know, he was telling all the stuff about the trees, and a lot of stuff, you know, is related, not from him, but, you know, from my understanding, related to the ants in The Lord of the Rings. So
nice.
Fangorn would be my favorite.
Excellent. Yeah, so I think we learned a lot today. Got a lot accomplished for how to be a metal vocalist.
We work on that next time.
We will.
But your arms are thicker and you have a little more muscle, so
thank you.
You will make it far quicker than I.
We'll get there someday.
Yeah, I work on that first.
With J-Hop Films, this is Chris. Thank you.
Bye.